After 35 years inside of thousands of organizations, I can tell you something most leadership content gets wrong. The top 0.01% of leaders don't read different books. They read the same ones you do. Atomic Habits, Extreme Ownership, 40X. Same shelf, same highlights, same notes in the margins. The difference is what happens under pressure. That's where the pattern shows up. 7 of them. I'll walk you through each one with real client stories where I watched it land. Once you see them, you can't unsee them. Number 1, they control inputs, not outcomes. Average leaders chase results. Elite leaders design behaviors. You don't win the game by staring at the scoreboard. You win by executing the next play. In the book Atomic Habits, it says, "You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems." I worked with the VP of sales at a major North American company. He was buried in quarterly numbers slipping. Stock price under pressure. The board breathing down his neck. Every conversation was about the result. So we stopped. We stepped back, asked one question: what can we actually control? The answer wasn't the number. It was the behavior of his 100 regional managers. So we put every ounce of energy there. Real relationships with key customers, clear, intentional messaging, disciplined execution at the field level. The stress shifted from outcomes to inputs. A few weeks later, sales didn't just recover, they spiked beyond every projection. Quarterly revenues came in above target, not because we focused on the result, because we stopped focusing on the result. While most leaders are asking, are we hitting the number? The top 0.01% are asking, what's the controllable action right now in front of me? That's where real leverage lives. Number 2, they slow down to speed up. They pause before they pivot. They think before they thrash. It's the difference between swinging wildly at the tree and sharpening the axe before the first strike. Thinking time is the best investment you can make. From the book, The Road Less Stupid. I've watched top leaders slow down decisions to speed up execution. This is my choice mindset aware step in action. They catch the automatic loop before it costs them, before the reactive email, the impulsive hire, the meeting that didn't need to happen. Most leaders confuse motion with progress. Elite leaders know the power of strategic stillness. Number 3, they create pressure without creating fear. They demand excellence. They don't trigger threat. Like a great coach, pushing performance without breaking confidence. Psychological safety is not about being nice. It's about candor. From the Fearless organization. Here's the paradox. They push harder by making people feel safer. This is my brain craves at work. When safety is threatened, people shut down. They protect, they deflect, they perform compliance. When safety is supported, they step up. They risk real opinion. They tell you what's actually broken. Average leaders think pressure and safety are opposites. Elite leaders know they are a synergistic system. Number 4, they take ownership without taking it personally. They own the outcome. They don't own the emotional chaos. Leaders must own everything in their world, from extreme ownership. Here's where most people get this wrong. They hear ownership and they go emotional. They spiral. They self-flagellate. They make the failure mean something about them personally. Top leaders carry the weight without letting it crush their identity. I was in an executive coaching session with a CEO and a COO of a large company. They walked in carrying 2 unexpected hits to their expenses back to back. Both of them deflated. You could feel it in the room. We didn't sit in it. We shifted the conversation from what just happened to us to what does this teach us about how we plan moving forward. That single pivot changed the trajectory. They didn't just absorb the hit. They built sharper forecasting, strengthened the response to market threats, and used the moment to reinforce the culture they actually wanted. The expense damage was real. The identity damage never happened. That's the line between being in effect controlled by what just happened and at choice, the author of what happens next. Calm, strategic, and deliberate. Quick pause here. Almost every elite leader I've worked with has mastered one underrated skill: feedback. I built a free guide that captures exactly how they do it. Links in the description. Grab it after the video. Now back to the patterns. Number 5, they simplify what others complicate. Complexity kills execution. The top 0.01% take a cluttered whiteboard and turn it into a sniper target. The more you attempt to do, the less you actually do. The smarter they get, the simpler they make things. Gary Keller, from his book, The One Thing, says, success demands singleness of purpose. Here's what leaders miss. Simplification isn't subtraction, it's selection. It's the discipline of choosing what not to focus on. Average leaders add. Elite leaders edit. Number 6, they build leaders, not followers. Average leaders measure themselves by the loyalty they command. Elite leaders measure themselves by the leaders they produce. It's the difference between being indispensable and being multiplied. The paradox? The more they give power away, the more influence they actually have. Most leaders accidentally build dependence. The team can't decide without them, can't move forward without them, can't think without them. That's not leadership, that's a bottleneck. Wearing a title. The top 0.01% ask a different question. Am I creating people who need me or people who don't? Your legacy isn't what you built, it's who's building after you. Number 7, they interrupt their own thinking constantly. They don't believe every thought they think. They're not employees of their brain. They're the CEO of it. When a thought shows up, this person is the problem, the deal is dead, I need to fire someone, they run through 3 questions. What am I thinking? What choices do I have? What shift will I make? That's a choice mindset in motion. Catch it, challenge it, change it. The chief strategy officer of a $150 million company caught himself mid-sentence complaining about supply chain issue. And right there in real time, he stopped, he shifted. Wait, if we're stuck, our competitors are stuck too. What if this is exactly where we differentiate? He stopped hunting problems and started hunting options. While the rest of the industry froze, his team moved. That's the paradox. They lead others well because they refuse to blindly follow themselves. This is the separator. Because in the moment when the pressure hits, ego spikes, fear creeps in. Most people react. Top leaders pause, question, choose. The top 0.01% don't have better information. They have better intervention. They catch the thought. They challenge the thought. They shift. So if you want to lead at that level, stop asking, what should I do? Start asking, what am I doing automatically that's holding me back by habit? That one question, asked honestly, might change everything. If you want to go deeper on the mindset shift under all 7 patterns, watch this video next.